So, the Championship. It's notoriously the hardest league to predict, where realistically, every team can go up and every team can go down. Last year saw some unexpected promotions with Luton Town going up. And honestly, on the day, anyone can beat anyone. But today, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to see 24 through to first all correct. I'm going to come back to this video in a year's time and you are all going to praise me as the footballing god. But let's get straight into it. I want to hear your predictions firstly down below as well. And tell me if my predictions are good or bad. I got a lot of hate on my Premier League prediction ones like this. Hopefully, I get these ones spot on. Let's start with Birmingham City. They've actually done some big business in this transfer window, getting Christian Bielik from Derby as well. Baller. Sariki Dembele is a really good signing, as well as Ethan Laird. Really good, young, promising players under a good manager like John Eustace. I think it's going to be a good year for Birmingham City. However, I think they may just fall a little bit short of the playoffs, but that should be the aim. I've put them in 8th. Next, we've got Blackburn Rovers, who seem to be having a bit of a torrid time, really. They've just lost their goalkeeper Kaminsky to Luton Town. They haven't really got a striker with Ben Brereton Diaz leaving to Villarreal. They've got some good quality young players, and to be honest, that team last season, to get where they were, was absolutely fantastic. Got what his name is. John Dahl Thomason, I think. He massively overachieved with that squad last year. They just missed out on playoffs last season, but I've gone for 15th this season. That really shows how 1 year can change so much in the Championship. Next, we've got Bristol City, who have been making some big money moves. They've brought in the likes of Jason Knight, again, from Derby County, Ross McCorby from Badine. However, they are set to lose wonder kid Alex Scott. So it's going to be a big fee, 25 million plus is the rumours. So on the back of that, I've put them in 5th, a playoff push. Next, we've got Cardiff City, who are under an embargo, but have brought in some quality players. Loan deals for Ike Ugbo, Aku Miete, and obviously we cannot forget Aaron Ramsey returning home to his boyhood club. However, I don't think they'll do well this year. Put them in 16th place. Sorry, Cardiff fans. Next, we've got Coventry, and they have lost their key man, Victor Gyökeres. £20 million. They got to the playoff final. They should be aiming for the playoffs again. They've brought in players like Ellis Sims, good quality young player. They've brought in some good but unproven EFL players. It's a big risk. They should be pushing for the playoffs, but I've gone for a 12th finish for Mark Robbins' side. Next, we've got the Neil Warnock special, Huddersfield Town. They were nearly in the Premier League last season, but Forest pipped them to it. And they had a torrid time last year. And I look at their team, it's really not that good. But we all know Neil Warnock is the Championship specialist. They're surviving in 20th. Hull City under Liam Rossini, one of the brightest young managers in world football right now. They've brought in some quality players like Ruben Vinagre and Liam Delap on loan. Also younger players like Jason Lokilo. They've got a lot of money to spend. And while I think Hull look decent under a progressive manager like Liam Rossini, I've gone for a 13th finish. Don't think they've got that quality there still yet. But they could be the dark horses of the Championship next season. Definitely keep an eye out for them. Next, we've got Ipswich, who absolutely tore up League One. Honestly, I've been watching Derby for many years now, and they are one of the best teams I've seen come to Pride Park. They've got a fantastic manager in Kieran McKenna, ex-Manchester United assistant manager. They scored well over 100 goals last year. They've made some superb signings. Jack Taylor from Peterborough, one of the best midfielders in the EFL. I see them doing a Sunderland last year, but I think they might go one better. I'm going for a back-to-back promotion. They're going to finish 4th in the playoffs. 9th, we've got Leeds United. We've got the worst transfer business so far of any club in England. All of their half-decent players are leaving. Rodrigo has gone. Robin Koch has gone. Maximiliano Verba has gone. The list goes on. They've got a great manager in Daniel Farker. However, I don't think it's going to be enough. I've gone for a 9th finish. Next, we have Leicester. Now, obviously, they're getting promoted. The very Winks England international has joined them. Obviously, they've lost key players like James Maddison, Harvey Barnes, and Yuri Tielemans. But that squad is still capable of going up, and Jamie Vardy's scoring a ridiculous amount of goals next season. They're finishing 2nd. Next to them is also potential promotion candidates. It's Middlesbrough. Under Michael Carrick, they have been fantastic. However, they dropped off very hard at the end of last season. They've made some pretty exciting signings with like Senny Dieng from QPR, Morgan Rogers from Manchester City. And however, it's going to be hard to replace the loans of Cameron Archer, and got them finishing 3rd, but they don't get promoted. Next up, we've got Millwall. Gary Rowett, the Snake. Very, very good manager at Championship level. Casper Denor is a bit of a gamble, but I like it. Could be a great season for Millwall. However, it's so hard to predict them. I've got them finishing 17th. It's a bit mad. Next, we've got Norwich City, the yo-yo team of the Championship and the Premier League, apart from they broke that curse last season, as they had a torrid time returning to the Championship. And they've brought in some experience with Shane Duffy, and they've not really lost anyone of star-studded quality. However, Norwich's team, I don't think is good enough still. David Wagner is a quality manager. I've got them finishing just outside the playoffs in 7th. Plymouth Argyle, the champions of League One. They have made some phenomenal business. They have brought back Morgan Whittaker, who had a wonderful loan spell at the club. They've got one of the hottest managers in the EFL in Steven Schumacher. They've brought back the loan signing of Finn Azaz, who was a baller. And honestly, with the signings they made, I think they stay up. I've put them at 19th, and they're going to comfortably survive. Next, we've got Preston, who have made some pretty decent signings. Calvin Ramsey, and they spent £1 million on Mad Frocker Jensen. However, they have lost Josh Onoma. With that in mind, I've gone for a bit of a struggling season for Preston this year. They're usually 12th every year. I think they're going to finish 21st and just survive this season. Next, we've got QPR, who they're not surviving this season. Straight to relegation, they have brought in Asmir Begovic. However, they have lost Seni Dieng, let go of a lot of players, and they've got a League 2 manager in Gareth Ainsworth. They got tonked 6-0 by Oxford. I've got them to finish 24th. It's deserved. Next, we've got Rotherham, who everyone predicts to go down, and unfortunately, Rotherham fans, I am very similar as well. You've brought in some decent players. You've brought in Fred Onadima from Luton, really good player. Cafu and Andre Green are good signings. However, losing players like Wes Harding, really not good there. Matty Taylor is a fantastic manager, but I think it just might be one season too many for Rotherham. I've got them to put up a valiant fight, but they still finish 22nd and get relegated. From one relegation club to another, we have gone for Sheffield Wednesday. Now they've got promoted. They've brought in some okay players. Ashley Fletcher is all right. Reece James, not that one, but the other Reece James is okay. However, I just look at the Sheffield Wednesday team. I just don't like it at all. I've gone for them finishing 23rd. Next, we've got Southampton. They finish first. Appointed one of the best managers in the Championship in Russell Martin. Plays some wonderful football. They've lost a few players, but not that many. Kaleka Carr is leaving, but they are getting 30 million for Tino Livramento. That team is just ridiculous for the Championship. It's young, it's hungry. They're finishing first. They're taking that title home. Stoke City brought in some decent players. They've got an Alex Neil as their manager. Chiquinho's a baller. They've brought in Wesley, but they've not had a great time in the Championship. I think while they've brought in some good players, I still think they finish 11th. Next, we've got Sunderland, who are one of my favourite teams to watch. Young, hungry. They brought in Jude Bellingham's brother Job from Birmingham. Brought in Netherlands under 21 international Jensen Sealton. I just absolutely adore the way Sunderland play, and I think they're going to recreate what they did last season and finish 6th. Next, we've got Swansea, who brought in exciting striker Jerry Yates. However, they've lost some key men. Got a quality manager in Michael Duff. I think they're just going to be mid-table in 18th. Not going to trouble relegation, but not going to trouble the top 6 either. Next, we've got Watford, who have lost their key men in João Pedro and Ismaila Sarr, and they've lost a lot of players. They've brought in some alright players like Therese Healy, Jay Livermore, but it's a basket case of a club. Valorant Ishmael will be gone in 2 months' time. They're finishing 14th. West Brom brought in exciting forward Josh Madger. Jeremy Saramento looks great as well. Carlos Corberan, young, wonderful manager. However, they have lost Darragh O'Shea, who was their captain. They should be pushing playoffs. However, I think they're going to finish 10th, just outside the playoffs. Check out my Premier League predictions here. They cause some controversy. Tell me where your club is going to finish in the Championship next season and what your hopes for. And also if I've missed any great signings off. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.